blazing new trails while lifting others up along the way, Judy Kostura. For more than 40 years, Judy's devoted her professional life to helping others. She's represented individuals with compassion and with courage. She has served as guardian ad litem, she's mentored, she's taught. You've seen her at CLE. There's really not much she hasn't done. She's one of the first in her family to graduate from college. She worked her way through UT Austin and UT Law, a story I'll let her tell, but one that really captures the grit and the determination that we see prevalent in all of our Pathfinders. Early on, Judy found her calling in personal injury law and went on to achieve landmark verdicts, including a health insurance case that helped shape subrogation in Texas today. Her advocacy didn't stop in the courtroom. I don't know if you're familiar, but she went on to the legislature and has helped lead very meaningful reforms in Texas law. I want to pause here because Judy's success carries an even greater weight when you consider where she has built it. As a woman in a very male-dominated field of plaintiff-side personal injury, she has set herself apart. When we think of plaintiff-side personal injury law, what do we think of? We see wrecked cars on a billboard. We see someone sledging a hammer through a wall. We see wreckage. We see carnage. We see shows of force and aggression. We see close-up shots of men. But ask anyone in this state, anyone in this room, who the true authority is on subrogation and fairness in injury law, they do not look at a billboard. They look at Judy Kostura. Beyond her incredible achievements, she's been a fierce mentor. Her list of accolades is a mile long. I can't go into all of them. Her professional accolades could fill a room. She's also going to be the recipient very soon of an award from the Austin Bar. Judy's career is one of service, excellence, integrity. She's blazed a trail for so many of us, and it's my deepest honor to recognize her today as a 2025 Pathfinder. Please join me in congratulating Judy Kostura.
Well, my husband recorded that, I think. And I won't be present and able to hear it at my funeral, so maybe he can play it then. Thank you, Cass. One of the keys to longevity in this business is remembering to be grateful for the gifts that this profession gives you along the way. And the first gift I received was actually when I was in high school applying for scholarships. It was the gift of not receiving one. From 6 men in 3-piece suits who told me my financial need was so great, and it was, our family was kind of feast and famine at the time, that I needed to live at home and go to community college. Yeah. I wanted to go to UT because I hoped I could afford it, and it was Austin, and it was a chance to grow. And so I had the keys to the speech classroom, and I went in there and I just shook my head and wondered, if that dream was realistic. And as I probably had a tear or two in my eyes, I heard the still small voice saying, "No, Judy, your reach should exceed your grasp, and with God all things are possible." I got that next scholarship, and when I received it, I was grateful for the gift of being told no the first time, so that I knew from whence my help came. Another gift I received from a client as a baby lawyer took me by surprise as well. I was fairly young. I opened my own office fresh out of law school with Betty Blackwell, who was amazing. And she did all the criminal law that walked in the door, and I took anything civil that walked in the door. And most of my cases then started revolving around family law, probate, real estate, because those dovetailed nicely. And I was talking to a nice young man, a client of divorce, whose wife had filed. And I was so proud of calling him, giving him regular updates, and finally one day he said to me over the phone, "Judy, I don't like talking to you." And I thought, well, I'm a nice person. And he said, "I don't want this divorce, and every time you call me, you are opening a wound again and talking about something that gives me great pain." His honesty was a gift to me. He taught me that the livelihood I enjoyed and chose was hard on people going through the legal system. He sensitized me to the fact that although I was running a business, my clients were going through life, often in pain they did not want. As I switched to personal injury work, that became even more evident. Nobody could become my client unless something bad had happened to them. And I needed to be sensitive to what my clients were enduring. We don't just run a business, we are a profession of counselors at law. Another unexpected gift was tort reform, or what they called reform. The Texas legislature, and in my opinion, the Texas Supreme Court, have made it harder to recover full monetary justice for our clients. The unexpected gift of tort reform is that as plaintiffs' lawyers realized they had to help each other out, to mentor each other, to become pathfinders to each other, for the benefit of their clients, instead of just seeing each other as competitors. We used to shy away from anybody else who was a plaintiff's lawyer because we wanted to protect our trade secrets, our intelligence, our strategies, our tips, and we realized that wasn't going to benefit our clients. So we became colleagues, not competitors. We started working together to promote CLEs. We formed a listserv to share among plaintiffs' lawyers. We supported each other. I joined TTLA at a time when there weren't that many women lawyers, and now there are a lot of women lawyers in TTLA. We refer to ourselves as family, and we mean it. We like each other. We are pathfinders to one another. I've received many other gifts. The forgiveness of clients when I've made a mistake, or when I take too long to return their phone calls. The gift of courtesy from defense counsel, of time extensions and cooperation in moving cases forward. The gift of patience from some of the judges in this room when I so wanted to have the last word again. But one of my favorite gifts was flowers, which is not unusual, except for the timing. Frances was in her 80s when she hired me. She had slipped and fallen and broken her kneecap, and then she put it back together while she was waiting on EMS. Strong woman. She hired me for her premises liability case against her homeowners association and the management company. She had fallen in a common area on naturally occurring ice. That's a hard premises case. Thank God we didn't have an appeal. We went to trial to hold the homeowners association and management company liable for not removing the ice. closing argument, I went back to my office to await the jury verdict, and I found a dozen pink roses on my desk. Frances had sent them before we knew whether we were winning or losing. She knew the importance of saying thanks for the work, the effort, the care. Her gratitude was not dependent upon the result. Frances's gift of trust and gratitude taught me the importance of saying thanks. It also taught me Proverbs 3:27. Do not withhold good from those to whom it is due when it is in your power to do so. Women, we have the power to do good, and everybody in this room lives up to that. I am so grateful for each one of you, the mentors and power brokers who came before me, the amazing young women who are coming after me. Our profession is in great hands. For including me with these legendary Pathfinders today and those who have come before us, I thank you. May each of you receive and recognize the many gifts of this profession. And it is a hard profession. It is full of stress and deadlines and guilt and trying to balance life and work and home and family and civic obligations and not drop the balls. The gift of gratitude, the gift of working with one another is so necessary to keep you going. And so for this honor, y'all keep me going. I hope you will do the same for each other. Cass offered to be support to anybody who needs it. I offer that same support, and I thank you for this great honor.